Hi, my name is Candace, aka Picasso baby, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create your very own Juneteenth painting. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you so much for stopping back by to paint with me today. So today we're going to be creating a very important and very special painting to celebrate a holiday called Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a holiday celebrated on June 19th. And it started in Texas. It is to commemorate the emancipation of enslaved people in the United States on June 19th, 1865. So I'm going to be showing you a really fun, really simple painting that can be added to any Juneteenth celebration. Something you can do with your friends, your family, or just right at home on your own. Before we get started, as always, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss the next tutorial. So today I'm working with a 16 by 20 inch canvas, but as always, you can use the canvas size of your choice. It's completely up to you. We are going to be doing a little bit of drawing today, so you do want to make sure that you have a permanent black marker. I am using a fine point Sharpie, or you can just use any pencil. And then, as always, you want to make sure that you have some different size acrylic brushes and some napkins to dry them off on. You want to make sure you have a cup with cold water. And then I am working with acrylic paint. And today I'm just using the colors chrome yellow, phthalo blue, titanium white, Mars black, and bright red. So I'm going to be starting out by actually drawing out my sketch first. And again, it's going to be super simple, but just keep in mind anything on the sketch that you would like to change, you definitely can. It's completely up to you. But the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be creating a flag. So I'm going to be creating a silhouette of people holding a flag. So I want the flag to have like a bit of a wave to it. So I'm going to start from one end, and you want to make sure that you start about halfway down or lower. I'm going to go a little bit below half. And I'm going to give my flag a little bit of a wave there. And then what I'm also going to do, I'm going to create 3 other layers on this. So 2 other lines, because I want my flag to have 3 sections. So I'm going to go down just a bit, and wherever you made curves before, you want to recreate the line that you started with exactly the same. You want all of your lines to be exactly the same. So I'm going to do that one more time. And then right off. Now the next thing I want to do, again, I am creating a silhouette of people actually holding the flag. So that's what I'm going to be drawing out next. So I am just going to simply do 3 people. And I'm starting by just kind of giving them heads. So I'm drawing little ovals. And they don't have to be perfect. Now from those ovals, I'm going to go ahead and add in their bodies. So I am pulling down a little line for the neck. And then I'm going to pull a little line across. And I want to pull one shoulder down. I'm going to pull it completely down. The other shoulder, I'm going to pull up just a bit. And then I'm going to pull a line across. And I'm going to pull that down. So it's like they have a shirt on. This arm is going to be sticking up. So I want to pull a line up. And then I'm going to pull a line down. And from that, I want to create a little fist. So I'm just making a little fist on each one. Now that I have the head on here, I want to make this more like a guy. So I'm going to go ahead and give him some hair. Even though I am doing a silhouette, I still want this to actually look like a person. So I'm giving him some hair. I'm going to make 2 little ears on the side. And remember, none of this has to be perfect because it's going to be filled in with black because we're doing a silhouette. But if you would like yours to be a different color, like if you want to do the brown skin tones, you definitely can. This is up to you. One thing I'm also going to do right at the bottom here, I'm just going to almost create like a little rectangle, because that's just going to be like a little hand kind of holding over the top of the flag. So we're done with that one there. Now I'm going to move to the middle. I think I'm going to make this one, I'm going to make this one a girl. I'm going to make a nice little lady here. So I'm starting off with her neck. Doing the shirt the same. Pull it down. And you can make the arm that's up in the air, you can make it go either way. I am going to make it go up again. Only difference I'm going to do here is because she's a little bit taller up, I am going to go ahead and kind of divide where it looks like you can see her arm there. And I'm going to come back out here just a bit. And I am going to still do the same thing, add that little square or rectangle kind of at the bottom there. And I'm going to go back and add my fist in. So I got that. Now I want to give her some hair. I am going to actually give her a little puff ball at the top. So I'm doing pulling some hair up, and then I'm going to create little curls. I'm going to go ahead and give her some ears as well. And now I have my girl. And one thing you can also do on her, if you want to leave it as is, you can. But I'm going to kind of come back out here. And I don't want it to go straight down. I'm going to give it a little, just a little, you know, boob action there. And then I'm going to keep that line going down straight. The other side, is because it's so close to the arm, you really can't see it anyways. So I'm going to keep it as is. Now here, I'm going to do it a bit different. Still going to pull down the neck. But this time, I'm going to put that there. Pull that arm down. Put a little rectangle there. And I'm going to pull this arm up. Go back and give it a fist. And then if you want to leave this head as is, you can leave it as is. I'm going to go in and do like a little bit of a fro around. So I'm just doing some little curls around. Again, if you want to do a different hairstyle, you definitely can. But once you have all of that on there, I'm done with mine as far as how many people I'm adding. If you want to add a few more, you definitely can. It's completely up to you. Or if you want to make some different details on there, you definitely can. But I am going to go ahead and start to paint my painting now. So the first thing I want to go ahead and get done, I want to get my background completely filled in. That way it has some time to dry. So what I'm going to be doing with my background, I'm starting with a bigger brush. Bigger flat brush. You can use, if it's round, that's okay. You just want to make sure you got a bigger brush. And I am going to be doing my background yellow. And I want to get the entire background, everything around them and everything above the flag. I want to get it completely filled in with yellow. Now, if you would like to do a different color in the background, you definitely can. I am going to be creating my flag using the colors red, green, and black. So just keep that in mind when you are deciding what color you want to use for your background. And also keep in mind, I'm just doing these people as a silhouette. But if you want to do them as actual colors, you definitely can. It's completely up to you. So if you want to actually fill their faces in, their hands and arms and neck with like brown and make their shirts different colors, it is completely up to you. But I am going to be doing mine black to create a silhouette look. So I'm just going to work on getting this filled in. And then we will work on our flag. All right, so the next thing I'm going to start to do, I want to start to get my flag colors filled in. And I'm going to start off with my very first stripe, and that is going to be red. Now, keep in mind, if you want to do it in a different order, you definitely can do the order of your choice. But I am starting with red, and I am going to get this first layer completely filled in. Still using my bigger brush, and you want to make sure that you go around those little rectangles, the little squares we kind of put there for their hands that are holding the flags. You want to make sure you kind of work around those and get that first layer completely filled in. Now, once you have that layer filled in, I am going to move down to the bottom layer. So I'm going to wash my brush off really good. Make sure you dry it. And the bottom layer, I'm going to do with green. I'm skipping over that middle layer because the middle layer is black. And I don't want to like pull any black into any of my other colors. So I'm going to skip that for now. And I'm going to go into green. And right on my plate, I'm just mixing up some of my blue and yellow. And just keep in mind, the more blue you use, the darker it will be. The more yellow you use, the brighter it will be. I'm kind of doing equal parts because I don't want it super dark, but I also don't want like a lime green. So I did equal parts yellow and blue. And now I am going to get this entire bottom layer filled in. So now that I have those two layers filled in, before I fill in my black layer, I am going to let the red and green dry for a second. But while those are drying, I'm going to go ahead and switch to more of a medium round brush. If you want to use like a smaller round brush, you definitely can. Whatever you feel comfortable filling in your people with. And I am just getting them completely filled in with black because I'm doing a silhouette. But again, if you want to do their face, necks, arms, hands in brown and do their shirts and their hair a different color, it is completely up to you. I am just doing mine in black. So I'm going to go ahead and start to get all of them completely filled in. And as you're filling them in, don't forget their little hand that's holding the flag. You want to go ahead and get that filled too. Okay, so now that I have all of my people filled in and they're filled in with my black, I'm going to go back to my big brush and I want to get my middle part filled in with black. So the middle of my flag, I want to get it filled in with a layer of black. Now, one thing you can also do once you fill your black in is if you feel like you want to add a second layer of the green or red on, just to make sure that it's like really popping and standing out very well, you definitely can go back and do that. So I'm just going to wash that black off, and I'm going to go back through, and wherever I feel like it might have been kind of streaky, or I just want it to be a bit redder, I'm going to go through and very carefully add some more red. And I'm going to do the same thing on the green layer as well. And again, this part is optional. If you like how yours is, you definitely do not have to do this step. Alright, so now that we have everything completely filled in, before we can add the next details on, we do have to give this just a few minutes to dry. So I'm just going to take a quick break. You want to make sure that you step away from your painting for about 5 to 10 minutes to let it dry completely. But as always, if you don't want to take a break, you can always grab a blow dryer and just blow dry it on the cool setting until it's completely dry. If you do decide to take a break, make sure you grab yourself some snacks, a drink. If you're 21 and up, grab yourself an adult beverage, and then we'll start back together on the next step in a few.
3 days later.
All right, so now that everything is completely dry, we're gonna go back in and do a few things to add some details to it. But keep in mind, you can add whatever details that you would like. So the first thing I want to go in and do, I want to go in and outline the top of the flag. Now, if you like yours as is, you can keep it as is. I'm gonna go through and kind of clean that line up. So I'm using my smallest brush, a little bit of black paint. And I'm just kind of going through and cleaning up the top line of the flag. That way the flags that way the flag and my people blend together seamlessly. Now, if you like yours as is, if you like it with just the people and the flag, you can leave it as is. I am actually going to go in and write Juneteenth on my flag. Or if you want to write the year, if you want to write 1865 on the flag instead, you definitely can. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go in. Actually, I'm going to use my small round brush. I'm going to go in with some white. I'm using white to add my letters. You can use whatever color you'd like. And because Juneteenth has 10 letters, I like to kind of start off with the center letter or letters and build my way out. That way I know it's in the center. So I have my girl here right in the center, and my two center letters, or my 5th and my 6th letter, is T and E. So I am going to put a T here. And you can do it up as high or as low as you want. It's up to you. So remember, I'm building from the middle so that I kind of have them centered. If you want to start from the beginning, you definitely can. So now on the front end is the word June, and I'm going to go backwards. So E, N, U, and then J, and if you want to make the J bigger or if you want them to all be the same size, it's completely up to you. So I have my June up here. I'm going to put the rest of it on the back. So the teenth part, I already have the T and the E. I just have to put another E, N, T, H. Let's clean that T up a little bit. So another E. Last letter, H. And if there is anything else that you would like to add to your painting, whether it be more details, anything at all that you would like, you definitely can add whatever you want. But the very last thing that you want to make sure to add before you are finished with your Juneteenth painting is you want to make sure you add your signature or your initials. And I'm just putting my initials right in the corner. And once you have done that, you are all finished and you now have your very own Juneteenth painting. Thank you all so much for painting with me today. I hope you have enjoyed creating your Juneteenth painting, and I hope you have a beautiful time celebrating such a special and important day. And as always, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below, and make sure you turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.